Hello friends, we're going to be streaming some of the BWC World Championship. This is a match in the under 2000 section. There's simultaneously a match going on in the open section, but I figured this one would be probably a little bit less lopsided and therefore more entertaining. So we have nzworldwide and blunderman1 versus linglesou and zimasha. blunderman1, if I recall correctly, did pretty good in the last year's BWC World Championship in the under 2000 section. Let's see. So this is the first game of the match. It is first to 11 with a win by 2 condition. Zimasha is the lowest rated of these four. linglesou, although he is above 2000 right now, he was not above 2000 when the tournament started. blunderman1 finds a quick mate on zimasha. We'll try to get more into the game here now, and I can totally focus. Another thing going on right now is the 4-player teams world championship, which I was watching right up until the start of this. Oh, blunderman1. So they've traded on the linglesou board, and those trades are going to benefit blunderman1 more than zimasha. Generally, that higher rated player can usually do more with piece trades. zimasha probably would like a pawn to fork these pieces and block the bishop. blunderman wants to take the knight because now g7 isn't defended. This is a good move. You can now put the queen in potentially. Although new knight in, even better. This is going to be mate for sure. Queen in. Queen in, and then pawn here is mate. Okay, so that's another mate for the blunderman1 team. linglesou and zimasha are both from the United States. I'm not sure if they're friends of each other or if this is a random pairing. And he does not take the bishop that is sacked because I think he feels that it would open him up too much. But on the other hand, if you don't take the piece that's sacked, then it's not a sack. Oh, that's queen mismate. If you don't take the piece that's sacked, then it's not even a sack. It's just a free attack. The way to punish sackers is to take their sacks and then defend. zimasha is sacking on blunderman1. So presumably he would like some trades, but it would take a lot of trades to do something because blunderman1 has wisely developed his king's bishop. When you develop your king's bishop, you get luffed. You can move your king back to f8, and the only thing that can mate you is a queen. This is a great move, attacking and defending at the same time. blunderman1 is staying safe. nzworldwide, picking up some material. You can pick up a pawn there. And this king is fairly safe. Could trade the rook for the knight, or could just retreat the rook. Maybe do this in the future. This is a great move. Defends and attacks the queen at the same time. Also puts pressure on the king. I like it. That's a free knight. We take those. zimasha is trying to attack. zimasha maybe just push h6 here. New pawn in, that's good too. blunderman1 just pretty much needs to stay safe because they are winning pieces overall. Okay, linglesou has given up the queen. That's going to make it tougher on them. blunderman1 has sacked the queen back, which is probably a wise move for king safety. It's a great developing move. Defends key squares, attacks key squares. That's a great knight outpost. This queen is being tempoed. You could bring the queen out to threaten mates. You could just ignore this, honestly. Knight check, and then probably mate with all the material in hand. But his partner mates anyway. So our score is now 4-0, favoring blunderman1 and NZ Worldwide. zimasha continues to sack, which again is a poor strategy when your partner can't get you a ton of trades. And again, oh wait, knight mates. So this was a big blunder, pushing the pawn. Knight now mates in 1. But there's 3 knights on the board already. The last knight is back here. So I guess he's trying to get in here to go after this knight. But, okay, the knight mate has disappeared. These dark squares are weak. But, yeah. Now all blunderman1 needs to do is turtle up. If he can stay safe, then they're in good shape. Seems like a reasonable place for the rook. Guarding these dark squares. Avoiding a trade. NZ Worldwide maybe needs... Sorry, linglesou should maybe castle there. NZ Worldwide could take the rook. He could knight check. Taking the rook seems reasonable. You might try to pick up a rook, but the rook doesn't really do anything for zimasha. Oh, that's a queen. Honestly, I would take the rook instead, but taking the queen is fine. Defends and attacks at the same time. That's a great placement of the bishop. That's a free rook. blunderman1 is remaining safe. And yeah, you can take that. He has these dark squares covered, has the light squares covered. He's safe, and he has a threat. He has another threat too. The blunderman1 in a great position. And not only that, NZ Worldwide is attacking. So probably knight back, and then try to get the queen in the game. All blunderman1 needs to do is live. So if he tries a pawn in here, that's not check, and blunderman1 can start checking. NZ Worldwide has a fairly safe king. If the knight were taken, it could promote with check. Now he promotes with check. And this is going to be game over real soon. Oh, that's just made him 1. Yeah, great find. I really like the way that blunderman... Oh, they went in the random pool by mistake. But yeah, I really like the way that blunderman1 and NZ Worldwide are playing. I think they're communicating well. zimasha is just a little bit outmatched. And not only is he outmatched, but he is sacking, and his sacks just are not working. As blunderman1 is a decent defender. So when you sack against someone who's... We're seeing the sack again. When you sack against someone who's a decent defender, what you're basically doing is you're making your partner play down a piece the whole game. This is a fork. Oh, that helps the bishop develop. linglesou trying to trade for his partner. Could pick up a queen, but again, a queen is not that big of a deal in Bughouse. Already sacked a bunch beforehand. I like maybe bishop in to defend the knight, and you also threaten like a G's where this just hangs a piece. Don't like that. If he had played bishop here, he could have prepared knight check and then bishop takes queen. But yeah, zimasha has lost a ton of pieces. linglesou has to play down a ton of pieces. And it's really hard, even though linglesou is is rated about 200 points higher than NZ Worldwide. To have to play versus NZ Worldwide down a ton of pieces, it's just hard. A knight mates for NZ Worldwide, another knight. Queen takes, knight takes. I don't like that. He should have put more of these pieces on the board, like bishop in or pawn in would have been good. But right now he's going for this knight, because I think he knows that a knight mates for his partner. Oh, and there's the knight. That's mate. And that was great communication from NZ Worldwide to Blunderman saying a knight mates. And then Blunderman went hunting for that knight. zimasha has sacked again. Again, it is a useless sack because blunderman1 has got his king's bishop out. And this is just a key move that players need to learn. And we're going to see every game how important it is. Because it gives the king luft. Now the only thing that would possibly mate is a queen, and not even that now because this bishop defends. So blunderman1 is winning pieces. Like NZ Worldwide, maybe he's going to lose a knight, but that's, no, maybe not even going to lose a knight. If this queen moves, then a queen would mate for him. Even just a pawn in, like pawn at b4. Yeah, this is a good move too. You can take the queen. The idea was if the queen moved off that diagonal, then this knight could have been saved. Okay, for linglesou, a rook would win a queen, but they're just down so many pieces. It's really hard to play when your partner stacks pieces every game like this. NZ Worldwide, his king is a little bit vulnerable. He is up 20 seconds though. So if he ever looks in danger, he can just tell his partner to sit. This guards the key square. I guess they're going after this knight. Maybe because of this, but really he needs to take this knight first for that to work, which he's going to do. Okay, so now knight check, and there's going to be a smothered mate. Queen in, rook takes, knight takes, checkmate. And he waited to have the rook in hand to do that attack. They've gone in the random pool again by accident, so now they've aborted. Our score, by the way, is 6-0, favoring NZ Worldwide and blunderman1. This match will resume shortly. It is first to 11 with a win by 2 condition. And trades on the board here. So far, zimasha has not sacked yet. And I think they're going to do better with zimasha not sacking. Oh, NZ Worldwide has picked up a piece. In this case, a queen. Oh, we can take that. Maybe knight in. Oh okay. The capture. So NZ Worldwide trying to force some trades, and this actually wins a piece. I would just take the bishop. I don't think this is a real threat, especially since he has initiative. Actually, new knight in is quite good too. I like knight here better. You really can take this bishop. I guess queen here is a good way to defend, but the game's already over on the other board. Yeah, you give blunderman1 a queen to work with, and he's just going to find mate. Our score right now is 8-0, favoring blunderman1 and nzworldwide. nzworldwide trying to tempo this queen. He would like him to take so he could get his knight into a better position. Maybe a pawn would be good for him. Oh, he could have considered even taking that before, with queen takes and then bishop check to take back. But this is fine too. I like this move using his existing bishop, which can now be taken. As it was defended, the queen couldn't take. Knight is quite good for him. He's just going to defend, attack the knight. Zimasha would probably like a pawn for g4. There's a pawn. I don't know what this knight move is about. Also, he really should have done this before. Knight check is just devastating. New knight wins, but he's just going to take the queen. Knight here was mate. This knight could be saved. And you're double attacking this. If it were blunderman1's move right now, then our rook would be quite good. Oh, okay. Gonna trade that off. Probably new knight in check. Oh, gets the rook involved. I like that. That's a good intermezzo move. Now here, he could sack. I could sack the rook. This is a good move too. I like it. Pawn check, knight up, queen in. Bob's your uncle. Okay, but nzworldwide has made it on his board with the extra material that his partner got him. Our score is now 9-0, favoring blunderman1 and nzworldwide. I thought this would be a closer match than the one in the open section, but maybe I was wrong. Maybe the open section match was going to be the closer match. If this game ends very shortly, if this match ends very shortly, we will see if the open section match is still going on. linglesou making some threats, getting more pieces on the board. Trades have happened. Maybe knight to attack here. What does pushing the pawn do? Can't that just be taken? Okay. What did he get this knight in? I'm not sure what that accomplishes though. I think he can just go back. He wants him to move here so that a new knight in would be good. Okay, now a knight is just crushing. Oh, okay. I guess that was his plan. Interesting. There are some weaknesses here in linglesou's position. As soon as nzworldwide gets safe, he can grab the rook file. He can put a pawn in to f3 to create some weaknesses. Blunderman might be in some actual trouble here, although I guess it would take a queen to get him. Yeah, and we saw this f1, f3 weakness that I talked about. That's the queen. A lot of pressure being put on linglesou. Whoa, he didn't take that. That's kind of weird. I mean, this still puts a lot of pressure. Nothing wrong with this move. Oh, okay. I guess he didn't have to take that. Queen in is good for nzworldwide. Oh, that works too. That's immediate mate. Better than mate in 0, better than mate in 1. Okay, our score is now 10-0. Favoring blunderman1 nzworldwide. The next game might be match point. It's first to 11. Tempo and the queen, probably have to push. I guess you could come out in theory, but it does create a big weakness here. I like bishop in. It targets 2 areas. NZ Worldwide forcing some trades, which benefit blunderman1. Blunderman1 has a safe king on the attack. New knight in. Now a knight is absolutely crushing. A rook is also good. He's just going to keep up the pressure. Okay, and a knight is still crushing many different ways. Could throw in a bishop check. Oh, there's the knight. Yeah, that's going to be mate real soon. Yep, that's mate. That is GG's. Hey, Crazy HS. Yeah, I'm trying to cover a lot of matches. I missed 2 matches earlier this morning, unfortunately. But we're covering this one. So, final score, 11-0, favoring blunderman1 and NZ Worldwide. Now the question is the open section match still going on? Okay. Probably already ended. Oh, what? Not what I wanted to do at all. It used to be that you could click on a username and it would let you pull up information about them, which is apparently not the case anymore on chess.com. Can I right click? Does that do anything? No. Okay, so instead, we're gonna have to go manually check the game history. Oh, okay, so this is one of the teams. The question is, did they already play their match? The answer is probably. We're gonna go look. Maybe not. This is the team. Huh. So they were supposed to play against Marvel and Chewy. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Basically, I'm looking at Clubhouse coaches' game history. They were supposed to play against No Chewy Candy and Marvel and DC for life. I don't think the match happened. So that's weird. Looks like Bughouse Coach and Jarmax are playing in the random pool. They were supposed to play against Marvel and DC for life and No Chewy Candy. So, not sure what's going on. Okay. I've asked a few people, but I don't really understand what's going on here. Oh, Chewy says his partner is not awake yet. So they're waiting for Marvel to wake up. Okay. Well, maybe we chill a few minutes then, and we'll see if they come. So Bughouse Coach and Jarmax are warming up in the random pool. Chewy is waiting for his partner. I guess he doesn't have any sort of contact information that would allow him to wake him up somehow with like a phone call or a text message. In the interim, thanks for watching Crazy 8 Chess. For those who don't know, Crazy 8 Chess streams as well. He's a very strong Bughouse player and Crazy House player from Israel, I believe. Definitely check him out. Drop a follow. Another cool thing going on right now is 4-Player Chess is streaming the 4-Player Teams World Championship, which is in the finals right now. So the final 2 teams are playing head-to-head today and tomorrow to decide the winner for a $1,000 prize pool, which is what I would be watching if I weren't covering these matches right now. I'm not sure why Bughouse Coach and Jarmax are not moving. They're playing against Shark Boss. Well, Crazy 8 says that he's messaged me that some matches are coming up later today. Let me go over the calendar while we wait here. So in the under 2000 section, we have Sarvaki and Check for Chess versus Charmaestro and Chuan Haya, which is at 1 p.m. My time, Eastern Standard Time in the US. And at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have Crazy 8 and BWC versus Fumatox and Terra 87. It was mentioned that Caspi Israel is playing, but I don't see that listed on the calendar yet. Thank you for the follow from player TL8. Really appreciate it. For those who may not know, we are watching Bughouse, and I am watching rather than playing right now, although I do play a lot on other streams. We just finished watching a Bughouse World Championship match in the under 2000 section. We are waiting for a match in the open section to start. Only there's a player who didn't wake up on time, so we're hoping that he will come around. Let me check this Discord message again and see what he said. Okay, so apparently Caspi wrote in the scheduling form, but it wasn't picked up. And that'll be in about 2 hours. So I'll try to cover the Caspi match. I'll try to cover all the matches that he mentioned. Let me see. I will point out in the Discord. Okay, and now I'm asking why the Caspi match isn't on the calendar. Trades would be very good for Bughouse Coach, but he is down about 25 seconds here. And the reason being that he and Jarmax sat for about a minute at the start of the game. Probably they were communicating with their Bughouse World Championship opponents or something like that. This right here is not a Bughouse World Championship match. It's just a warm-up game. Because he's down time, he's going to have to play queen back. Now there's been a queen trade. Knight check is just going to win. Queen in. He goes over. That works as well. We're basically... I suppose I can update my stream title while we wait. I just want to reflect that we are waiting for open section match. So we are waiting for Marvel and DC for Life to come online. Bughouse Coach is attacking here. He's just gonna pick up some material rather than stalling for pieces right there. He could get this rook into play, potentially. Castle's a possibility, though it would castle like into danger, so probably not a good idea. Knight here could threaten a check, but he has more material to play with now, so he's going to drop it on the board. Jarmax is trying to trade for him. Oh, bishop back. This is good too. I like it. But maybe better to save the bishop. Oh, that's mate. Never mind. I'm wrong. Oh, and he's using an extra piece to mate, but just rook here was mate already. All the squares were covered. So Bughouse Coach is Zap from the old free internet chess server. I've known him for decades. I first met him in a gathering in I believe 2001. It may have been 2000, but I think 2001 was the first one I went to in Las Vegas. And he goes to most of the gatherings. So I've seen him pretty much once a year, sometimes twice a year for about 20 years now, where we would just play Bughouse in person. Very committed to the game. I ran into him post-COVID, well, in the middle of COVID, I guess, at the US Open, which was in Cherry Hill. Played a bunch of games for fun. I believe he's currently in Pittsburgh, and I'm in Philadelphia, at opposite sides of the state of Pennsylvania. He's been trying to organize a Bughouse gathering for March in Pennsylvania. So if that comes together, I will see him then. Oh, he's just saying in the chat, I've been bugging for over 30 years. So, so yeah, Bughouse Coach has been playing for many years. I've been bugging with him specifically for over 20 years. So Zap, Bughouse Coach, has two daughters who, like I knew him before he had these daughters. His daughters are teenagers now, and they both play Bughouse. And I believe they were competing in the Bughouse World Championship. I forget off the top of my head whether they were already eliminated. They probably were. But they are, very strong players and very into the game as well. So we have several generations of Bughouse players. So we're still waiting on Marvel. So periodically I'm trying to follow him on chess.com to see if he comes online. So 1800 strength is going to look into why the Caspi match didn't make it on the calendar. The calendar as it looks right now is is at least 2 matches later today, maybe 3 matches later today, at least 1 match tomorrow, at least 1 match on Monday. So Draleth and Stakamev were on the calendar this morning versus Charkvas and Daily. I'm not sure what the result of that match was, but if anyone knows what happened about 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago. Zyson says Caspian Pure are playing match against Thor and Dark right now. You're saying? If it's right now, we'll watch it for sure. Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that. Okay, let's go look. Yeah, that did not make it onto the calendar. Thank you for informing me. Okay, so we're 3 games in already.